You see, there was a time, right? There was a time where when we first started this podcast, I came out and I said, look, things are going to change. People are going to get, you think people are mad at stupid stuff now. Oh boy. You think they're pandering now. Oh boy. You think people are losing their jobs now. Oh boy. Now here we are, 2021. Not even a quarter into 2021. Let alone barely a month and a half into 2021. And here we are. We're talking about the national anthem now. People are trying to cancel. Now, again, I know, a few years ago they tried canceling the national anthem when the whole Kaepernick bullshit happened. Got it. Whatever. Never came as close to this. That apparently, at a couple of Mavericks games, or maybe one, they might have missed playing the national anthem. But Mark Cuban, although he did his walk back, and we're about to get to this walk back that he does, he played with and pandered with the idea of not playing the national anthem. Now, just to clarify things, I am not a super patriotic person, all this other shit. Like, I could care less about the national anthem itself. But I do believe that we all know what the national anthem means, like what it stands for. Because tearing down statues is one thing. Because those are isolated people. Those are individuals, right? But now we're talking about the country that we live in. Whether free or not, whatever. The fact that we have our own national anthem and every country has their own national anthem. And now we're being told that they're playing with the idea of not playing it. Now, of course, the league commissioner of NBA, Adam Silver, came out and said, look, guys, I don't know what the fuck the Mavericks are on right now, but all of our teams are going to be playing the national anthems before the games. That's just tradition. But now look at this. We are talking about the NBA, professional basketball. Now, we've seen all the fuck shit that's going on in the past couple years. We've seen all the craziness. But this right here is probably if they get rid of the national anthem, this will be something. Oh yeah, it'll be big, but this will be something that I don't think they would be able to recover from. And it is crazy that all this stuff's happening now. All this news is people are trying to get rid of people for their opinions, i.e. Gina Carano. By the way, Gina Carano, officially a comrade. Forgot to say that to Gina Carano. Congratulations, Gina Carano. You're officially a comrade. People are being fired for their jobs. I mean, people are being fired from their jobs for their opinions. People are being fired because they support the quote-unquote wrong party. People are losing their jobs because they don't want to take the vaccine, a vaccine that is very, very sketchy. And now soon people will have their jobs taken because they believe that the national anthem should be played before games and that the Pledge of Allegiance should be recited, or not even recited, but should be played at schools, at grade schools. But I think they got rid of that already too. They got rid of praying when we were kids. Like, that wasn't really a thing when we were kids. They got rid of the praying in the schools. I didn't know that was like a huge thing until I got older, and all the old heads are like, yeah, we used to pray back in elementary school and middle school, we had like maybe not pray, but they had like the silent, what was it, like the silent, moment of silence or whatever they did like every day before they started class or some shit like that. I don't know. But apparently praying, was a thing for a long time. Look, I know what we are all thinking. That the world is changing. And that maybe, just maybe, we have to change with it. But you want to know what I have to say to that? I got to say, no, we don't. But you don't have to hear it from me. Mark Cuban wanted to pander to the people. And I will say this. Sometimes there's a difference between listening to what the people have to say and pandering to those people. There's a difference. You can do both in one action, yes. But there is a clear difference between, hey, I'm open for discussion. I am open to discussion. I am open to listening to what you all have to say. But when he says that people felt like they weren't being represented in the national anthem, then that's where I have a problem. That's where I have the problem. But you know what? Again, let's hear it from the man himself.
Come in. Mavericks team owner Mark Cuban will have team CEO St. Mark.
By the way, unrelated, Rachel Nichols, after all these years, after all these decades, still looks like a snack. Again, not to sound creepy or whatever the fuck, but damn. She obviously, she's got some age on her now. You can clearly tell. But she's not the kind of snack where it's like, you come home from school, and you go in the fridge and you got that snack waiting for you that you already know. You remember the cheesy strings? Well, we didn't have that in our house. We had Frosted Flakes and Frosted Mini Wheats and waffles. Great snacks, by the way. Low-key great snacks, by the way. But she's more like that snack where it's like, oh, damn, we ain't got shit in the house. And then you look in a file cabinet, you look in the cabinet, and you're like, oh, shit, we got chocolate pudding. That's Rachel Nichols. It's low-key fire still.
Marshall joining us in a minute as well. But Mark, take me through a little bit how you guys came to this decision and then what the conversations were in the past 24 hours that led to this morning, the release issued by the league overturning that.
Well, let me take you through, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. First, we're always talking to our community. I mean, that's something Cent stands for and is very insistent upon and has become a core part of who we are at the Dallas Mavericks. And in listening to the community, there were quite a few people that voiced their concerns, or really their fears, that the national anthem and did not fully represent them, that their voices were not being heard.
Why the fuck would someone say that? I feel like my voice is not heard with the national anthem. I mean, what do you want the national anthem to be? What do you want the words in it? It's going to come to a point where they are going to either get rid of a national anthem altogether, or they are going to restructure the national anthem. And you know what? I might put that up as a poll on the Comrades Instagram, which you can find at Contemporary Comrades Podcast on Instagram. I might put that up as a poll. What would you if you had to choose one, would you restructure the national anthem, or would you get rid of it altogether? But you got to choose one, because I wouldn't choose either one. Obviously, if you had the real choice, I would keep the national anthem, just because that is the national anthem. You don't touch it. You leave it alone. You play it when need be, and you move along. It's a what, 1 minute, maybe 2 minute max. Not ritual, but I guess ritual sounds bad though. But you know what I mean? It's a common practice. It's what we do in America. It's what every country does. Canada does it. I'm sure Mexico has a national anthem. You know, yeah.
And so we've had a lot of conversations about whether or not we should play the anthem. And so during the first preseason game, we decided to not play it and just see what the response was.
So they didn't play the national anthem. And he said in the first 3 preseason games. Again, I'm not passionate about the national anthem. I want to make that clear. I'm not sitting there saying, we have to stand for America and blah, blah. No, but it's the national anthem. It's what we do. It's what we've done. And I'm not saying, you know, because there's a lot of things that we've gotten used to that aren't good habits and aren't good practices. But it's the national anthem. It stands for your country. What makes you think that you aren't represented? You are an American citizen. Period. And I know I'm not trying to sound like a fucking patriot because I'm not. But like, you belong in this country. Or you belong to the country. Whether you want to or not, you're in this country. I don't understand why people, especially people when they come to this country, like people that weren't even born, they come to this country and they want to try and change it. Like, no, fam. Like, it's just like from fucking Mingo. It's like, you don't even go here. The fuck? Like, it doesn't matter. If you're an American citizen, you should not want to change the national anthem. You may think it's stupid. You may think it's this or that. I really don't have, and I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to not put my opinion on it because this is the podcast for it. But I really don't really have an opinion on the actual national anthem itself. Like the words and the meaning and all of that. All I know is that we've played it. And literally every big event, every sporting event, it's played. The Pledge of Allegiance was we stood up and put our hands over our hearts for the Pledge of Allegiance every fucking morning. Now, I'm not saying you have to put your hand on your heart and all this other shit and take your hat off and all this. Look, man, I do it out of respect, you know, for the country. Because, again, I could have been born in a way worse country. A lot of these entitled fucks around here clamoring and asking to be vaccinated and to have these shackles put on them and to be censored and to be banned off of every fucking thing. And now clamoring and asking to have the one thing that stands for the country that they live in taken away. What's next? They want the American flag removed? That's not too far-fetched either.
Knowing that we were going to have ongoing conversations about it. We didn't make any decision to never play the national anthem. That wasn't the case at all. We didn't cancel the national anthem. We still had our flag flying proud and up on the wall at the American Airlines Center, and everybody had the opportunity to address it and you know, pray to it or salute to it or whatever their feelings are. And we, you know, as the games went by, you know, honestly, we kept on talking about what we were going to do at some point, but obviously it came to the head when it was reported that at one of our games that we hadn't played it. But, you know, the bottom line is we had always discussed the fact that we probably would end up playing it at some point, probably when fans came back, but there was never any final decision that had made that we would not play the anthem.
And then what were the conversations you had over the past 24 hours since it came into the news that you guys had not been playing it, since someone noticed, frankly, and started asking about it? What was the back and forth between you and the league office?
None, really. I mean, I talked some to Adam and got his feedback and gave him my feedback that, you know, we had people who...
Here's the thing, man. I do not agree with pandering to people that feel like they are not represented. If you feel like you're not represented in it, hell, do I care whether I'm represented in a national anthem or not? But I respect the fact that, hey, we got to play this every event. We got to hear this. We got to hear that. We got to hear this shit. Every single event, every single sport event, I don't understand where people get this whole notion of like, I don't like standing up. I don't like hearing the national anthem for 2 minutes, at these big events, at every big event in the country. So now I'm just going to ask them to remove it because it doesn't represent me anyways. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not going to try and sound like a broken record on here, man. Like I've said a million times how I feel about people and how I feel about the opinions of people that always want to change shit just for the sake of changing it. Because you got a lot of these people that say, "Oh, I don't feel like I'm representing the national anthem," but yet you're not sitting at a sporting event. You're not even going. You're not even walking into the arena to go see a Dallas Mavericks game. You just live in the city of Dallas, if even that. Again, I don't know. Again, yes, there are some people that may be going to these games and saying, look, I feel like I'm not representing the national. Okay, fine. You don't feel like you're not representing in the national anthem? Do what Kaepernick did and sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. But we should not be having this conversation. I should not be making this fucking video. Period. But yet, here we are because people like Mark Cuban, and I love Mark Cuban. He's a huge WWE fan, at least used to be when I was a kid, because he would show up every now and then. I always loved Mark Cuban. But man, he has fallen into this fucking deep, dark fucking hole now called SJW bullshit. That's who he's listening to. Because those are the only kind of people that say, I feel like I'm not represented in a national anthem. Okay, none of us do. If you really think about it, none of us feel like we're represented in a national anthem. But you know what? We still respect it because it is the vocal representation of America. Or at least what it was quote unquote built on. So again, I am probably going to put up a poll tonight on Contemporary Comrades Instagram that you can find at the Contemporary Comrades podcast. So make sure you give us a follow and all that other cool stuff. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. But I will probably putting up a poll tonight and asking you guys if someone put a gun in your head, would you rather them restructure or reword the national anthem? Or would you rather having it taken away altogether? Like, would you rather just not have a national anthem altogether? I don't know. Because I feel like some people would probably think I'm trying to say something in a different way. Like, think something differently on what I'm trying to say. But I'm just trying to prove a point. I'm just trying to... I'm kind of curious. I'm just like, this is all 100% curiousness. Like, I am extremely curious as to what people really think. Like, are people really this mad about... Damn, I keep looking at Rachel Nichols' tits. Sorry. I need to go back to where I'm... All right. I'm not distracted. Look. Are people really mad about the national anthem? Or is this just, the vocal minority per usual? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Head over to Contemporary Comrades Podcast on Instagram. Hit that follow as well as hit that subscribe here. Obviously, the like on this video too. But participate in a poll that I put up tonight. I am me. This is Contemporary Comrades, and I am OUT.